All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to the Ark pushing his truth and sincerity by Shem Rokak Wadash. Okay, so today I got a couple things to report on in the news. You know, some more madness, and I'm going to filter through the scriptures, okay, because that's what we do. We are watchmen. Okay, and we give people the warning. Okay, so I just want to shed some light on some things that I've seen. This first article you see here is entitled, Bill Gates Wants Rich Nations to Switch to 100% Synthetic Beef to Save the Planet. Okay, as if we didn't eat enough fake food as it is. Bill Gates, your boy Kill Gates, wants what? To switch to 100% synthetic beef to supposedly save the planet. All right. But, how you going to save the planet when you kill the people? It says the world's third richest man is shifting from preaching about pandemics to promoting his new book about climate change, urging humanity to embrace the sci-fi idea of fake meat in order to save the earth from greenhouse gases. Tuesday saw the publication of How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, the Solutions We Have and the Breakthroughs We Need, the new book by Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. In one of the interviews promoting the book, he argued for cutting down the levels of methane by getting rid of livestock and replacing it with the science fiction trope of vat-grown meat. Wow. You see, he wants to get rid of livestock and replace it with the science fiction trope of vat-grown meat. Okay? I do think all rich countries should move to 100% synthetic beef, Gates told Technology Review in an article published Sunday. You can get used to the taste difference, and the claim is they're going to make it taste even better over time. Eventually, that green premium is modest enough that you can sort of change the behavior of people or use regulation to totally shift the demand. You see? So he wants you to get used to the taste and that it's going to get better over time. Right? The idea is to lower the emissions of methane, a greenhouse gas produced by grazing animals such as cows or sheep as they digest grass, praising the technological achievements in agriculture and bioengineering. Gates said there was no other way but to eliminate livestock, even as he admitted that telling people you can't have cows anymore is a politically unpopular approach to things. Unpopular is one way to describe it, judging by the reaction to his proposals, which have ranged from telling Gates to take a hike to much less principled things. These are some things that people tweeted. Okay. Look at this guy wrote, Bill Gates. Kill Gates saying Western countries should switch to 100% synthetic beef while himself being a vociferous carnivore and admitting his favorite food is hamburgers. You'll be eating the 3D printed plastic meat, not him and his Davos friends. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Really, they want the livestock for themselves. They want to eat the meat. They want you, okay, to what? To eat plastic food. Okay, they want to poison you. Okay, that's not a random observation either, as vat-grown chicken has sold for about $50 a nugget when it was first served at a luxury restaurant in Singapore back in December 2020. Actual animals are far more efficient than any human-developed technology, as one Twitter jokester pointed out when he pitched a fully functioning beef-producing self-replicating cell-used to protein bioreactor, also known as a cow. Okay, so these are some of the things that people tweeted, man. You can go ahead and read the rest of this article. Let's see. Let's go back. I wanted to read. This is another article. It says, Kill Gates, the man who owns more private farmland than anyone else in the U.S., says rich countries should move to 100% synthetic beef. You see? he owns more private farmland than anyone else in the U.S. You see, so these devils, they take the land. They buy up farmland so no one else can till the earth or raise livestock, so they can be in control. They can do what they will with the food and with the land. In a move designed to reduce harmful methane emissions from livestock, aka cow farts, the all-around expert on everything has taken to his pulpit, once more encouraging us to switch to lab-grown meat. Gates is quick to reassure the public, though, with statements like, you can get used to the taste difference. It says the world's third richest man, who recently called the Green New Deal's goal of carbon neutrality in a decade a fairy tale, last month brought his total amount of agricultural land to 242,000 acres in 18 states. You see, he just his agricultural land is now 242,000 acres, and it takes up 18 states. His plans for the farms aren't known, but perhaps he'll visit them on his gas-guzzling private jet. You see, his plans for the farms are not known, so no one knows what he's going to do with that farmland that he just purchased. Okay. So anyways, here it is. Kill Gates. Switch to synthetic meat to save the planet, says Gates. All right. This is what he says, but let's get to scriptures, man. This is Matthew 7 and 9. It says, or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will give him a stone? Okay. Or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will give him a stone? Right. What kind of man will give his son that asks him for bread a stone? Okay. But these devils, they want to give you what? Fake meat, lab-grown meat. So what type of man is this, man? It says, or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? Okay. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Okay. So this is going into asking the Heavenly Father for things, asking the Heavenly Father for, in prayer for things. Okay, it says, if ye then, being evil, okay, if us who are sinful, we know how to give good gifts to our children, how much more shall Yahweh Shem Yashai, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him? Okay, so the Lord said, and that's why we pray to the Heavenly Father to give us things, not wavering, especially if they're according to his will. The Lord is pleased to give us, things, especially spiritual things. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Okay, so whatever you would want men to do to you, okay, you do unto them. Okay, for this is the law and the prophets. Now, these devils, this is just an indicator that they do not have the law and the prophets. Okay, so what kind of man would give, somebody a stone when he has asked them for bread? But these devils goes to show you that they don't care about you. There's no telling what he's going to do with that farmland. Why does he want to get rid of livestock? Why does he want to make lab-grown meat? What type of man is this? Okay. Now we know it's saying, or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread? Now we know we're not sons, but yet we are brothers. Okay. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, but yet the Lord chose Jacob. Okay. This is that just is an indicator that these devils, the Lord's not with them. This is 1 John 3 and 17. This is John. Let me get this verse. 1 John 3 and 10. In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. Okay? And these devils, they don't love their brothers, man. They don't love Jacob. They don't love you tribes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is how we know that they are the children of the devil, okay? For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, okay? Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. You see? And they are from their lineage. They go back to what? To Esau, then back to Cain, okay? And the father, you know, their father is what? Is who? Satan, okay? Because they're of that wicked one, okay? They slew their brother Abel, you know, just like Esau tried to, he vowed to kill his brother Jacob after his father Isaac had died, and it's being perpetrated even unto this day. You know, they killed their brother Jacob. You know, they killed the tribes, they killed the Israelites. You know how? By giving you this lab-grown meat, by giving you, tainted water. You know, by poisoning the air, by taking out the power grid during the winter storm. It's 1 John 3:17. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? Okay, now this devil has what? This world's good. He has all this farmland, right? 242,000 acres. This spans across 18 states. Okay, no one knows what he's going to do with the farmland. No, you know, why does he want to take away the livestock? This is, but whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? So how dwelleth the Most High in these Edomites, man? Okay, in Kill Gates. Okay, seeing as how he wants to feed you lab-grown meat, you know, but yet he likes hamburgers. Okay, what are you going to do with the livestock? They're going to hoard it for themselves. Okay, so this is what's going on in the news, man. Let's get another one. Check this one out. Portland police block people from taking discarded food from grocery store dumpster after winter storm. Okay, there's the picture. You see these Edomites in front of the store. Let's read. Okay, a group of Portland police officers clashed with people who were trying to recover discarded food from a local grocery store after the store lost power. Witnesses said the officers acted aggressively and wouldn't allow people to go inside the store. On Tuesday, photos were widely shared from the Hollywood West Fred Meyer grocery store in Portland, Oregon, showing police officers guarding dumpsters as people attempted to take store food that had been thrown out. According to police, the grocery store lost power due to the recent severe winter weather that has affected a majority of the U.S., and the staff were forced to dispose of food. Okay? So yeah, in Portland, Oregon, because of the winter weather, the store lost power and they had to dispose of food. And people were trying to get it, but the police were stopping them. Okay? Police said they reported to Fred Meyer after an employee had called twice to report a group of people arguing with employees and refusing to leave the property. The store employees told the police the food could not be donated or consumed because of the lack of refrigeration, and said they tried to explain to the crowd of people. Police reported that the crowd grew to nearly 50 people. And that's BS, man. And that's BS because, you know, in the ancient world, man, we used to hunt. Okay? And we would store the food in winter, summer, spring, you know, in all the seasons, man. Okay? So, you know, it's a myth, you know. You know, these people have no faith, man. The Lord, you know, he you know, we didn't have refrigerators in the ancient world, man. Okay? But this is what this is how these Edomites are, man. This is how life is in their system, man. You know, here it is, you know, here it is. They want to make fake meat, you know, and give it to you, you know, because they want to save the planet. Okay, but you know, how you gonna save the planet when the people are sick, you know? And we know you devils made the C19 virus. We know, you know, that you want us to social distance. You want that 666 vibration everywhere. We know that you want us to double and triple up on masks. You know, this is how these devils want to rule the world. You know, it's even to the point where, you know, food that is, you know, about to go bad, it can't just be given to people, you know? According to Portland resident Juniper Leona Simonis, who was on the scene during the standoff, nearly a dozen officers were blocking a crowd of around 10 people from 2 dumpsters filled with discarded food and were not allowing them to go inside the store. Simonis said they were taking photos of police when officers called over a manager and threatened to arrest them. The manager told me I was trespassing, that they could arrest me if I didn't stop. Right, trespassing. Damn. I had to leave the property and move my car a block away. By the time I did, the police had started leaving. Simonis said after the police left, a group of people returned to the dumpster to salvage the food either for themselves or to donate. The crowd of people grew to more than 20 within an hour, Simonis said. Several photos showed the dumpsters were full of packages of meat, cheese, beverages, vegetables, and more. Look, there's a picture, I believe. Now that the coast was clear, I ventured over and finally got to look inside. This is the green dumpster, which was maybe 1/3 or so full when I first looked in. You see, this guy. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of food, but I was not prepared for what I saw in the orange dumpster. This is orange dumpster. It was basically full. You see all that food they threw away? Okay. Wow. This is what people are tweeting. Okay. It was not all cakes and coffee creamers, but like, honestly, what the F? Coffee mates last forever. Showing off a nice veggie platter, and they spotted a bunch of bags of peas and beans, many a healthy option for the diet conscious freegan. Okay. So yeah, man, you know, and for the lack of time, I'm just going to go ahead and get some scriptures, man. Well, let's read this. The store should have worked with the mutual aid organizations that have reached out to them throughout this crisis to hand off the food to those who have the capacity to distribute it to those in need. You see? Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. The store should have worked with the mutual aid organizations, okay, to give the food to those who are in need. The cops were smiling, laughing, and chatting. You see? Right. You know? Our store team became concerned that area residents would consume the food at risk and risk foodborne illness, and they engaged local law enforcement out of an abundance of caution. The company wrote, "We apologize for the confusion." Wow. Yeah, they don't care, man, because they can't sell it, man. You know, that's what hurts them, because they can't sell it. But see, in the ancient world, man, we had a welfare system for people in need. When people needed stuff, man, you know, we had a system to take care of those in need, and we actually did take care of those in need. Right? This is Leviticus 19:10. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am Yahweh your power. Okay. Now let's take another look at this through another translation. It basically says, "It is the same with your grape crop. Do not strip every last bunch of grapes from the vines, and do not pick up the grapes that fall to the ground. Leave them for the poor and the foreigners living among you. I am Yahweh your power." You see? So they were left for the poor. Okay, you didn't take all the grapes off the vines, and you didn't pick up the grapes that fall. You left them, okay, for the poor.
Strong's H1616. Guard.
Right, you left them
and
for
the form just below that. Gair.
Right.
Gair.
You left that for the poor Israelites and those that were sojourning through your area, you know, other Israelites, you know, that weren't from around there, you know. But Esau, man, they don't give a damn about their people. They don't give a damn about Jake's. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Also, like I missed the verses, Leviticus 19:9. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field. Right. So when you were to reap the harvest, you know, you didn't take the edges of your field. Neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Right. And whatever fell, you didn't gather it. You left it there, you know. So you left the outer edge of the field ungathered. Okay, so that and that was a so-called welfare system, man. People could eat that, because we are a lively people. We wouldn't, we don't just think about ourselves. But these Edomites, man, if they can't, if they can't get $1 out of it, they won't give it to you. This is Proverbs 3:28. It says, "Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give when thou hast it by thee." You see? So you're not supposed to tell your neighbor, go, come back, tomorrow, I'll give you something, when you have it right there by you. You see? But what do these devils do? They have food right there by them. And what do? They get out of here. It's going to go rotten. We don't want no food illnesses. We don't want you getting, what do you call it? What do you call it when you get food from, when you get sick from eating food? I forget the word. It escapes me right now. But nonetheless, they say they don't want people getting sick from eating rotten food, but in the ancient world, we didn't have refrigeration, and we still survived, we didn't need a jab, we had strong immune systems, we had healthy food, we had, we grew from the earth, we grew, real, organic food, not synthetic. But these devils, man, let's get this real quick. Let's get the book of John. I want to get this. This is when Yahushua fed the multitudes of people. Let's get straight to the point. This is John 6:9. "There is a lad here which hath 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes. But what are they among so many?" Okay. So this was, there was a young boy that had 5 barley loaves and 5 pieces of bread and 2 fishes. A little boy, right? Child. And Yahushua said, "Make the men sit down." Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down, in number about 5,000. Right, there was 5,000 men. Okay, they were following Yahushua and the disciples, and he told them to sit down in the grass. And Yahushua took the loaves, and we had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples. So Yahushua, he took the bread, okay, and he prayed over it, and he gave it to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were sat down, and likewise of the fishes as much as they would. Okay. It says, then in the NLT, "Then Yahushua took the loaves, gave thanks to the Most High, and distributed to the people. And afterward he did the same with the fish, and they all ate as much as they wanted." Okay. "When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost." Okay. So basically, Yahushua said unto his disciples, gather up the fragments, right? Get the leftovers that remain, that nothing be lost. You see? So basically, Yahushua and the disciples ate, okay? They ate until they were full, okay? As much as they wanted. And he told them, get the leftovers that remain, that nothing be lost, okay? So even after Yahushua and the disciples ate, he told them to, hey, gather the leftovers, whatever wasn't eaten, okay, that nothing be lost. But yet these devils, they'll let food go to waste. They'll let things perish, okay? And Yahushua, you see how they even ate food. I said they actually broke bread together and they gave it to the other people. But these devils, man, they're fake, with their sanitary and their wipes and all this other stuff. But in the ancient world, we didn't have to worry about none of those things, man. But let's continue. It says, therefore they gathered them together and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten. Okay, so basically with the leftovers, they gave it to the people, and basically it was 12 baskets, okay, with fragments of the 5 barley loaves which remained. Okay, so basically there was food left over that could fill 12 baskets after all the multitude of the 5,000 had eaten. So Yahushua had done a miracle. Okay, then those men which, when they had seen the miracle that Yahushua did, said, "This is of a truth the prophet that should come into the world." Okay, but yeah, as you see, Yahushua didn't let none of the food go to waste. But yet these devils will let food go to waste. They'll just throw it away. Even stuff that is that like those beans and the peas, that could be donated. But they don't want to. These devils, it's everything for a buck, man. Okay, let's get this.
This is the middle seat of the back row of my classroom. This is their view of the board. So I'm just wondering, when we ordered this $5 million worth of plexiglass, did we have a classroom of 28 desks set up to where school board members could sit in them and see what this was really going to be like? Because I'm still trying to figure out how, in between my classes, am I supposed to disinfect? How I'm supposed to hear my students when they're in the back of the room wearing a mask behind all this plexiglass? How my students are going to be able to see my board or see me? I guess I'll have to stand at the end of rows instead of at the board to try and work out problems or whatever. But I really just need to know, was this really thought?
Right. Was it really thought out? These devils think they're smart, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai sees, their wickedness. The scriptures say the Lord take the counsel of the crafty, the counsel of the froward headlong. The Lord already is 10 steps ahead. You see, devils thought that you got it all covered: the school, the food, the farmland. The people. You had them all. You had this pandemic, all thought out. But you didn't, because there's no way people are going to really learn in that kind of classroom setting. Therefore we know that you devils have an ulterior motive. All right. So yeah, this is what school would look like, man, if the devil had his way. Prison like classroom, coronavirus barriers. And like I always say, and if the Rona was that serious, we'd all be dead. But it's not that serious, man. Okay. This is Deuteronomy. Let's just get it in the bookmarks. 28 and 49. It says Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Okay, and that nation is who? We all know that's the nation of Edom, of Esau, Edom. Because they use the eagle as their insignia, if you will. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. Okay, they're a fierce countenance, man. They don't regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. They don't care. They oppress old and young together. Here it is. Our children have to be masked up now. And where was it? Where did I see that they wanted to double up on masks? I forget what state it was. It escapes me. But yeah, they want to double up on masks, So they don't care if you're old or young. They're fierce. We know that nation because America, and the eagle, okay. They use the eagle to I think that's the bird of the nation, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, we know that that eagle is speaking of America. You see? 51, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. And is he not eating the fruit of thy cattle? Okay, here it is. Bill Gates wants to take, get rid of the livestock and the fruit of thy land, right? He wants to take all the farmland. He has 242,000 acres to span across 18 states until thou be destroyed. Okay, because without no land, without no livestock, how do you live? Well, you live out of what? Lab-grown meat? That's ridiculous. Okay, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Right, he wants to take everything. He wants to take your corn, your wine, your oil, okay, the increase of your kind, or flocks, or thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Right, you want to take everything you got. We saw that through that article of Bill Gates. You see? So yeah, it's a couple things that I saw in some current events that I wanted to speak about. Look at this. Her name is Gabrielle Ludwig, biologically a man born Robert John Ludwig, ex-Navy soldier, declared himself a woman in his 40s. At 50 years old, measuring 6'8", weighing 220 pounds, and covered in naval tattoos, Gabrielle Ludwig caused a huge feeling when she made her college basketball debut for Santa Clara, California Community College, playing in the Women's League. Damn, that's sick. Hey, this oh my goodness, that's horrible. Let's get this. This is let's get the book of Jude. This is Jude 1:7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Okay, so, and this is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about, those that those states that are for same sex, and are for, this type of madness. Okay, where, you can go into the bathroom, into an opposite gender bathroom and play on the team and, do all this madness. That this is, what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah is just an example of what's going to happen, even here, even now, Yeah, man. Craziness. So, yeah, that's about it. That's what I had another article, but for the lack of time, I'm just gonna end it out. No need for more vexation. We already see the madness. Okay, this is Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. And this is what we're waiting for, man. We wait for a new heaven and a new earth, where the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. We don't want to remember this madness. We don't want to remember the injustice, the vanity, the confusion, okay, the wickedness. We don't want to remember, all this filthiness, okay? But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard. Shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. It's like, see? No more weeping, no more crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. See? And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. You see? Right? We're going to build houses and live in them. You know? We're not going to build houses for other people to live in. And they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit there of them. Right? So we're going to plant vineyards, and what? We're going to be able to eat that fruit, not like kill Gates, you know, and these Edomites. They want the farmland. They want the livestock that, you know, they want to starve us out and give us plastic food. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain or bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed, and Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, and their offspring with them. You see? Right? We're not going to labor in vain and bring forth for trouble. Right? We're not going to bring forth things and have trouble doing it. Okay? What we bring forth is going to prosper in our hands, for they are the seed of the blessed, and Yahweh and their offspring with them. You see? And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw, and the bullock and the dust shall be serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in my holy mountain, saith the Lord. Okay? The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. Right? There's not going to be no destruction in the kingdom, man. In Jerusalem, the center of the world. Okay? Our children are going to be blessed. They're not going to die at a young age. You know? Okay? Our people are going to live long lives, you know? So yeah, man, I just wanted to bring this out, you know, just some current events. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Shalom.